Folks, it is official. Bed Bath & Beyond is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and I want to break it down very quickly in this video. We're going to go over the press release that was released a couple of hours ago, and we're going to break down what happens to you if you own Bed Bath & Beyond stock now that they're filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So if you guys find value, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And with that being said, cheers, guys. Hope you all have been having a great weekend. Again, cheers. And with that being said, let's dive right into the video. So you all know, guys, Bed Bath & Beyond stock has been very volatile over the past couple of days, especially over the past couple of days, last week in particular. This stock started off last week at about 23 cents, roughly. You guys can see right here, 23 cents. Then it saw a massive run all the way to about 56 cents by, I believe, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday is where it peaked. Then we ended up dumping in the aftermarket on Wednesday into Thursday. Then we had a nice little pop on Friday morning to about, I think, 37 cents roughly. Then we ended up falling into the close, essentially forming a head and shoulders, right? You guys see that right here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And now we got news again that they're filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and the stock on Friday was coasting down a little bit more. I think it was down like 4%, something like that. After the bell, we closed at roughly 29 cents roughly on Friday. Then after the bell, we got down to about almost 27 cents. So enough of me breaking down the stock chart. What we have to focus on in this video is the press release that just came out from Bed Bath & Beyond. And later in the video, we're going to talk about what happens to you as a shareholder now that they're filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So you guys can see here, today's April 23rd, the day that I'm making this video. They just announced today that it and certain of its subsidiaries, Bed Bath & Beyond subsidiaries, filed voluntarily petitions for relief under Chapter 11 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code in the United States Bankruptcy Court for the District of New Jersey to implement an orderly wind down of its businesses while conducting a limited marketing process to solicit interest in one or more sales of some or all of its assets. Will they complete that? Who the heck knows, guys? Will they actually get sale of their assets? I have no idea. But to facilitate this process, the company has received a commitment of approximately $240 million in debtor in possession financing, DIP is also what it's known as, from 6th Street Specialty Lending, Inc., following court approval. And the company expects this financing to provide the necessary liquidity to support operations during the Chapter 11 process. And you guys can see right here, the company's 360 Bed Bath & Beyond and 120 Bbby stores and websites will remain open and continue serving customers as the company begins its efforts to effectuate the closure of its retail locations. Through the filing of customary motions with the court, the company intends to uphold its commitments to customers, employees, partners, including continued payment of employee wages and benefits, maintaining customer programs, and honoring obligations to critical vendors. And we come down here a little bit more. Sue Gove, the president and CEO of Bed Bath & Beyond, said, "Millions of customers have trusted us through the most important milestones in their lives, from going to college to getting married, setting in their new home to having a baby, yada, yada, yada. Our teams have worked with incredible purpose to support and strengthen our beloved banners, Bed Bath & Beyond and Bbby. We deeply appreciate our associates, customers, partners, and the communities we serve, and we remain steadfastly determined to serve them throughout this process. We will continue working diligently to maximize value for the benefit of all stakeholders." And they talk a little bit more about what Bed Bath & Beyond has done for decades, yada, yada, yada. And while the company has commenced a liquidation sale, you guys see that right here, Bed Bath & Beyond, let me zoom in a little bit more, intends to use the Chapter 11 proceedings to conduct a limited sale and marketing process for some or all of its assets. The company has filed motions with the court seeking authority to market Bed Bath & Beyond and Bbby as part of an auction pursuant to Section 363 of the Bankruptcy Code. Alongside these efforts, the company is also strategically managing inventory to preserve value, and in the event of a successful sale, the company will pivot away from any store closings needed to implement a transaction, and the company believes this dual path process will best maximize value. So yeah, guys, it looks like their last ditch effort to raise a bunch of money, offer a bunch of shares, it just did not work out. Now they're filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which I've always talked about here on the channel throughout all these Bed Bath & Beyond videos, that this is what ultimately it could come down to, right? It's not like I'm surprised, guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys are not surprised either. This is what it could have come down to. We all knew it, and here it is. It's happening. The company is failing. They're going under. And let's talk a little bit about what else is going on here in terms of you as a shareholder, right? Because a lot of people out there own the stock. I own the stock. Some of you may own more of the stock than others, but, you know, either way, we're all, you know, for the most part, I don't know if everybody watching this owns the stock, but a lot of us do own the stock. So understanding Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Obtaining a Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection means that a company is on the verge of needing to cease operations, like we talked about, but believes that it can once again become successful if given an opportunity to reorganize its assets, debts, and business affairs. Who knows if that ends up happening, guys? It's a long shot at this point, but never say never. And although the Chapter 11 reorganization process is complex and expensive, most companies prefer Chapter 11 to Chapter 7, under which companies totally cease operations that leads to the total liquidation of assets to its creditors. So Chapter 7 would be worse, but again, they're still filing Chapter 11. You guys can see right here, filing for Chapter 11 gives companies another chance to turn their businesses around. Will they do it? I don't know. Again, like I said, it is a long shot. And coming down a little bit more here, what happens to your stock when a company goes bankrupt? Very good question. So while the firm is in Chapter 11, its stock will still have some value, and it's probably going to collapse tomorrow, guys. Who knows how far it's going to go down? We're going to cover it on this channel. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell as well while you're at it. So while the firm's in Chapter 11, again, its stock still might have some value, though the price will likely plummet and the stock will stop paying dividends. Not that Bed Bath & Beyond paid dividends anyway. It may be delisted on the major exchanges. It may be delisted, but over-the-counter trading may still occur, also known as OTC. And when a company is listed on the pink sheets or over-the-counter bulletin board, the letter Q is added to the end of the company's ticker symbol to indicate that it's going under, or rather undergoing, bankruptcy proceedings. So maybe expect that, BBBYQ. And when a corporation is on the verge of bankruptcy, its stock value obviously reflects the risk of Chapter 11 becoming Chapter 7, which is way, way worse. At least with Chapter 11, guys, they still have a chance to maybe turn around the business, whereas with Chapter 7, it's pretty much shot. It's pretty much over, right? So expect a huge dump in the stock price. Expect for the stock to potentially go OTC, over the counter, which is obviously a way riskier market than it being listed on a major, exchange, right? That's pretty obvious. And look at this, guys. The actual value does not reach zero unless the probability of restructuring is so low that a Chapter 7 filing is sure to follow, or if the company does indeed end up in Chapter 7. So it's not like the stock's going to go straight to zero, but it is going to be, let's just say, at least in my opinion, I don't know, I could be wrong, but it is going to be a lot less than what it was when it closed on Friday, which it closed at, I think, 28 cents, something like that. So, yeah, it's not going to go to zero, but expect it to go OTC. And, of course, expect there to be a lot of volatility. And you guys can see right here, however, if the company restructures and emerges from Chapter 11 as an improved organization, its share price may rise to higher levels than previously witnessed. So there's still hope. I mean, there's still chance that Bed Bath & Beyond could come back. But at this point, guys, who the heck knows? I am not a fortune teller. We have no idea what is going to happen. So if we come down here a little bit more, I mean, this is a great article to read about what the different types of bankruptcies are. But Chapter 11 bankruptcy is primarily used by businesses, allowing them to reorganize their debts and operations while under the protection of the court. It can also be used by individuals with high levels of debt who don't qualify for Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. These are all the chapters here of bankruptcy, which we're not going to get into in this video. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. And again, what happens to shareholders of a bankrupt company? Like I said, guys, when a company files for bankruptcy, the value of its stock often declines significantly or becomes worthless depending on the specifics of the bankruptcy proceedings. And at that point, the shares are delisted from exchanges and any dividends halted, but the residual shares may continue to trade over the counter. Like I said, equity shareholders are usually the last in line to receive any money from the sale of the company's assets after creditors, bondholders, and any other stakeholders like preferred shareholders have been made whole. In some cases, shareholders do not receive any compensation for their shares and will lose their investment entirely. So keep that in mind, guys. If things don't work out, which they're not heading in the right direction, you're going to lose all your money. I'm going to lose all my money because I do have some shares of Bed Bath & Beyond, but we all knew the risk going into it, guys. We all knew the risk going into it. So it's getting worse. It's getting ugly, guys, and that's pretty much it for this video. So if you enjoyed the video, for what it was worth, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you want some free stocks from Moomoo, get up to 15 stocks. Link down below. Once you open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock. If you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 stocks. And if you deposit at least $1,000, guys, you get another 10 stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. It's free money. You might as well get some free money. It also helps out the channel. Link down below. And with that being said, we'll see how this unfolds, guys. I'll make a bunch more videos on the stock, on the situation, so subscribe, and I'll catch you later.